Hello, everybody. Welcome and thank you for coming. My name is Nate Madsen, and today I'm going to be presenting a prototype and design system that I made from scratch. So my client's a very successful young man. He's an engineer and entrepreneur. He has an idea for a crowdfunding website specifically for cancer patients. So growing up, his mother battled breast and skin cancer, and he saw firsthand how debilitating that diagnosis can be in regards to everyday tasks like cooking, running errands, housekeeping, etc. And while other crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe, Caring Bridge, they raise money for things like medical bills and other financial obligations, this website would specifically help cancer sufferers with services like the ones I just mentioned. And the website would partner with local vendors to perform these services, creating mutually beneficial relationships. Just a note here, he had the idea of Project Give Hope, but after a competitive audit, saw that name was already taken. So for now, he said not to worry about naming the site or the logo. So in case you're wondering, it is unnamed at this point. He had some goals with it. He just wanted a minimalist design, and he wanted to make it as simple as possible for people to donate and for people to sign up for donation. So I did a first draft of the prototype. I tested it with 3 users, and there was some suggestions that came up between all of them that I incorporated in my design. When I go through the prototype here, I will explain in more detail where I added those suggestions. All right, here we go. So here's the homepage of the prototype. This little black rectangle in the corner that denotes where the logo would be. Clicking on that is always going to take you back to the home page. I'm going to first take you through this navigation bar up here. So for how it works, you have the donation, you have the option to either donate a specific service such as grocery delivery, house cleaning, laundry, etc., or you can just donate to a service account. The caveat being is that any donations to that service account would have to be spent with one of the vendors on the website. Here it mentions the mission, it mentions a little bit more about his experience with his mother growing up with cancer and his idea for the site and what our mission is. Here is an example of vendors. Now, first, this would have to start in the Twin Cities area, but hopefully be scalable to add other local communities as the site becomes bigger. Yeah, so we got grocery deliveries, meal deliveries, laundry care, house cleaning, rides, and pet care at the time being. Now, vendors, of course, could always try to sign up. Click Become a Vendor, and it would bring you to an option to contact us with an email to hopefully set up a vendor relationship with them. And then also for people that are already vendors, I want to look at their workflow. They would be logged in and they would see, this is an example of a dashboard, orders to be fulfilled, orders in progress, and completed orders. These are little scroll bars right here. So certainly they could have a lot more business than just what's showing right there. It would have a tab for stories. This would, be people that were either helped by the site or how, or even givers that wanted to explain how they were able to help a loved one by the site. Next we're going to go to just this login one. If you already had an account, you log in, but we don't have an account, so we're going to go create an account. Okay, this would send you first through the basic information. We got the progress bar up there to kind of show basic information up there first. This part here is the questionnaire. This would help determine people that are signing up to get donations, what their needs might be. So they would click on these radio buttons to select what they would need help with. This other box was added as a result of user tests, so they could add other things they might need help with. For example, handyman work, lawn care, shoveling snow, etc. Dietary restrictions and allergies become very important with things like food delivery. If they're immunocompromised, especially in the age of COVID-19, if there's any precautions that service deliverers might need to take. Pets, also for either pet care or any kind of warning they might need to give around their pets. And special instructions for donors in case they have any. Down here, what makes you feel encouraged or supported was originally suggested by the client, just what makes you happy. The users found that a bit too broad and really makes you feel encouraged or supported was much more clear on that. After you submit everything, this would be an example of what the cancer fighters homepage would be. Their name would be there, profile picture. This checkered background would denote kind of like a photo background that they could put up there. I'd have a brief synopsis of their story. This placeholder right here would be the questions to the answers they provided on the questionnaire. Of course, that would vary based on how they answered it. And then it would have a message board for people to show their support and well wishes. So next, we're going to check out what it's like to go through the donate process. So you'd hit that, you get to this thank you page, and this would let the person donating create an account. The sign up in Facebook and Twitter was suggested and tested very well. So I'm just going to hit one of those buttons right now. And then this would, let you choose how you wanted to give, whether it be donate a service or donate just a dollar amount to their service account. So first we're going to hit donate a service. It would bring you to the list of services available. And then let's just go ahead and say Maid Care. Now for this prototype, it was kind of outside the scope of it to go through all the different options that would be for giving. Is it going to be one house cleaning or house cleaning for a week or a month? There'd be a lot of different options depending on the person's needs and things like that. So this is just kind of a placeholder page for that. Then next, let's see what it's like to donate money instead. That would bring you to a secure payment screen. Of course, it would have PayPal and those kinds of things. People wanted to see that, the users. And of course, to make donations anonymous, as a lot of people prefer to give anonymously. I'm going to go back to the homepage here. So this search bar would always let you search for, a loved one's or any fighter's profile. Just clicking on that kind of brings you to here for now. And one thing that tested most positively against people is originally didn't have a way to just set up and quickly donate without creating an account. All my users wanted to see that. So I created this right here. This bypasses the registration process and brings you to here. So you can just donate quickly without having to create an account. So also with this, I created a flow chart. So these are things that would be able to be handed off to developers to help them actually code the site. This is a flow chart of what we've got so far there. I have made annotated wireframes. So this actually has 63 points. It's kind of hard to see on here, but of where it shows the exact purpose of every single action point, interaction point, what all the different parts mean. So developers get a very good understanding of, and there's not any confusion of why all these things are there and the interactions they're supposed to have with them. This design system here is very helpful for any kind of engineers or coders. This shows exactly the different type of typefaces used, how they would recreate buttons if they want to, make some slight modifications, what the color scheme is so they can recreate that. And also the header, so they know how to place that, exactly how many pixels it is from the top, from the sides, how exactly everything is placed. Now, for further testing on this, we would go through another round of user tests and replace some of the placeholder text with actual text. Add addition of an animation to the home page. People wanted to see more advanced search options, so we would put that in there. But then most importantly, and I'm have this scheduled coming up here, is to have a consultation with actual developers to see what else would be most helpful to add to the prototype to eventually hand off, as he does actually want to hopefully get the site live in a year or so. So that's it. Again, thank you all so much for listening. Again, my name is Nate Madsen. I want to thank everybody at Prime Digital Academy, all the instructors, mentors, my awesome client, Andy Reeder. Thank you so much. And if you want to check out more of my documentation of my prototype, you can visit my website, natemadsen.com. And you could even play around with the prototype itself there. Thank you all so much for coming today, and have a lovely day.